The video you are about to watch was made to help you understand what others experience on dialysis. The people in this video have experienced many hardships related to living with kidney failure. They have offered their own stories in an effort to reach out to you and let you know you are not alone.
Uemas nahtishtigan yap kenwabataman kiushtigate juji nsuttaman anishwebswach huma awiyagachakapkeshinwach ugonoganshnabig mamas nahtishtiganik kawapmato mishtahi anmasonne utianawa utitikswapane uche ukipagitnanawa utajmonwa jujigagwe ewujigagwe wichikwa egwage jinsit taman ega epeshugyan huega inapnen.
You have to keep track of your fluids 24 hours a day and what you eat 24 hours a day. Then, in the meantime, you have to come to dialysis for 4 hours.
Check my blood pressure, my temperature, and my weight. Before I start doing that, and my husband has to wash up before we connect.
Kaya negotiable. And I got to one who guys with the most what kaya maskew guys with the most what to total man. I mean, boy, total. Can't scare going to can up and go down and process in here. A total man guys what to total.
It was very disorienting, like we don't know where to start.
As a marketing in August, as a new year, Comanta, maybe go down up at London dates in that school to go, and Minuya, Panami, Musakesia.
You weren't too sure about how things were. Where you going to find work and these kind of things. It was, I guess, most importantly was to for her to get the treatment and stuff like that, and worry about the other things after.
Right.
Unfortunately for us, things sort of fell into place, and I was able to find a job not too long after we arrived here.
Usually, if I back before she got sick, I used to walk out of the house in the morning, and I don't return till late at night. Yeah. That's just the way I was brought up, being in the bush, and being amongst the sticks, I'd say. But and that changed. I had to give that up, knowing that I had to take care of her. That. I never thought I'd do something like that, especially for the way I was before she got sick. I must have had the dirtiest hands. Now I'm washing my hands 5, 6 times a day. I must have the cleanest hands now in Deer Lake.
Gisnak sanjung chepya mi kaikitian ikikenda mana wasmeginya ksiane ganande tudama mi unikete buinin daga stama ngawita morgan so ya yue ina pnet chinaba kesik mi brapinen daga mi zopne ganande chikinan kian yue watnen dan kusema kawya. I got some here in the way Nisho Q. Snikade and Gigas Nabapkis Nanak. Your basic hemodialysis, some here new Waka Segadoya Banana Kima Kanabapkis Nanak. Your basic meets in a give a pinnacle so we are here in the Gauda Nekaya. Me Brace Nagako. Where do they not to be just?
So Aya kwamenta kono kono apitawia kwa ekchika kwe tutakawia maskiunuan kasvitamaga tawia anike tutake. Aya kwamenta kono kometana bukuchikana wentak anegut maskiunuan ehtakekise nomakekekise menuya tawia.
Sometimes I get sore muscles and achy bones, and I get headaches sometimes. But I just try to go about my daily routine.
Well, the way I think is it depends on how old they are. Like if the old people can do it themselves, they have to move to in town. But like us, we're young enough to go through with this.
Shiaba, stem here, meet you Afghane nuggets tuan here, Kaginik and the man here. Chicago Wako Yanigo, Nagadum Chibiana was me here.
Au ye hu kaina apne tawia. Ego taswin machine ok bueno kaina apne wa tumakaya wa. Mi buko na pitanta ya china.
Well, I don't really feel anything myself. It depends on how much fluid they have to take off, I guess. If there's too much fluid, my body will react to that because I'll get cramps or my blood pressure will go low.
When I have my meals, I cook separately, and I cook something different for the rest of the family.
Has that been difficult? Does that require a lot of
Yes.
effort from you?
Takes a lot of groceries.
No.
Well, I just keep track of it, actually. Just make sure I don't drink too much.
It's important because when you're on dialysis, most of the time you're tired, and you feel sometimes sick, and it's good for people to help you with the housework and stuff, and cooking. It's been so far for me. It's been good when my older kids are here.
I had to make that decision to either help her or watch her. But that I couldn't do. I couldn't just stand by and continue on working. I had to give something up. I had to make that commitment, and then that's what I did. To really help her what she was going through. Even though some of the nurses tell me that it's her body, let her do it. I don't see it that way. I see it like she's part of me. And what am I going to do if I lose her? Sometimes I think like that.
Well, I've got a couple older children here that live with us. They help out a lot. Like in the morning, when I go for my dialysis, I got my husband or my daughter and son to look after the children, get them ready for school. And I'm home when they get home.
He's helping me a lot. Like I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do about if I didn't have him though.
Well, it goes to just my friends always been there for me. Even when I got sick, they knew that I'd be going through a hard time. But in the same way, I lost a lot of friends because of my dialysis. Because of my dialysis, my life on dialysis, and I haven't been able to do the things that other people were doing. I've dealt it in my own way. I found friends that didn't mind that.
Going out camping and boating and all that, because I can't do that anymore. Like one time I was telling him, like he was about to go out for a while, and I was telling him, and that one time, I'm just gonna sit here in a boat, and that means I'm out there. It's imagining.
Meanwhile, the boat is at home, outside our house, on the ground, maybe about 5 miles away from any water. That boat is just sitting there. She decided to get in.
They have to follow their diet and don't miss your dialysis and and the usual, like get enough rest and enough sleep and exercise and pray.
Chimaten taman humakaya kaunin kun maten si. Kaung ke kung ke chimaten taman minataw hikuan humakaya.
Well, I know some of the younger people, they don't give it a chance. They don't like coming, and I just like to tell them, like, give it a chance, and they're here to help you.
What I would tell people is there is hope, I guess. There's always hope, and there's still to hang on to that, and whatever beliefs that you have, things will get you through. A lot of times it's very difficult to see the positive side of things, like we said earlier, but there's always good things, that we can see. When we moved here, we looked at our children, and they had more opportunities in the city, where in terms of education and getting services from my daughter and these kind of things, there were other positive things to it, other than when she had to have that treatment. It was a necessary part of the thing, and it wasn't a matter of debate. Moving in the city, we had to, but there's always things that we can do to make it in a positive way. And I think that's important, and family support and those things are very important part of dealing with any illness. I think the family support is very great, plays an important role in maintaining your health and keeping that steady, keeping that not to fall into the negative aspects of things.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes you realize your blessings when you look at when you come to encounter these kind of things. And sometimes people forget to look at what their blessings, instead of look at the bad things that they encounter in their life.